Well, boys and girls, that was not the massive transfer window we all hoped and expected. We spent £70 million still, but I guess for a newly promoted Premier League team trying to get into or qualified for Europe, still feels like we could have spent a little bit more. But we won 11 games in a row at the end of last season, so should be all right. So yeah, I'm the England manager. There you go. That's me managing England. That's going to be interesting. What's also going to be interesting is the start of this new Premier League season, including playing in the Europa Conference League. We have a qualifier, which will be coming up in a few minutes' time against Pogori. Or is it Pogori or Pogon? No, it's Pogon. I thought that was an RI. The little accent ruined me. Pogon. Pogon! We're going to beat them. We're going to absolutely destroy them. And that will get us into the Conference League stage, I think. That I don't know what that's called. That's probably what it's called. If you missed the transfer special yesterday, the transfer window, we didn't spend a lot of money. We didn't really sell anyone, which is a big positive. We didn't really bring in much in the way of first team talent either. We realised we didn't have any homegrown at club players apart from Godwin, so we kind of made it a priority yesterday to bring in 18-year-olds with potential who will go on to become homegrown at club players. That's the theory behind this guy. 6'4", Scottish centre-back. I want to say Rory Bailey. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential. Already 2 caps for Scotland. So he came in for £10 million from Hearts. And then we signed a player off of relegated Leeds, Andreas Lundmark, who will come straight into our team. He was Leeds' captain as they got relegated last year. So he should be all right, shouldn't he? Then we got another youngster. Christopher Vold is a new left-back. 5-star potential, who we spent £6 million on from Mulder. And then Gu Weizong was our other big name signing of the summer. We needed to rebuild the midfield. We now play a flat 3 in midfield, and we were having to play strikers and defenders and all sorts in there towards the end of last year. So we needed some central midfielders. Gu is another one of those. He comes in from Everton. Having played 29 games for Everton last year, it's a good Everton side as well. An Everton side that pushes for European qualification. And then we have our new goalkeeper, Damien Fleming, who is probably not much better than Tom Wooster, but we tried. We did try and get a goalkeeper. And then we ran out of money, sort of, because we've still got transfer budget, but we're over the wage budget, quite a way over the wage budget, which means we can't spend anymore because the board won't let me adjust the budgets anymore. So we're sat here with this £10 million we'll never be able to use. I'd just like to put it on wage budget and maybe be able to bring in a loan. But, oh, no, they're wise to my antics. So we're kind of just stuck until we're able to sell anybody. The thing is, we're on quite a small squad. Only 24 players in the squad. And a couple of them are youngsters we're probably not going to use. The likes of Sandro's not going to get a game this year, I wouldn't have thought. So we're on a pretty small squad. So we can't really afford to sell anybody unless we've got someone else who's coming straight in to replace them. So all in all, it's going to be a challenge trying to match what we did in the Premier League last year with our 7th place finish whilst competing in Europe for the first time on such a small squad with no homegrown players. Remember, the key thing to remember, we have won 11 Premier League games in a row. We finished last season mega strong, and hopefully we start this season equally as strong. This is our new look-ish team. Fleming is the new goalkeeper. The back 4 has a very familiar look around it. Weaver's suspended today, so Cooper's going to be starting. No Nawar, because he's suspended as well, which means it's a very new look midfield with Larios, Lundmark, Wellington and Gu all kind of... I don't even know if this is how we're going to use them in the end. We might swap those 2 around to know how good Wellington is in that role. And then Kadrich and Mertha did nothing wrong last year, so obviously they're going to carry on. I've got something for you this weekend, boys and girls, I think. It should be ready. Oh, that's not a good start for Fleming in goal. That's very poor goalkeeping. Let's have a look at this from the other angle. Does Wooster stop this? Probably not. But he's just come out, flapped at it. He's not even flapped at it. His hands never lift up from the side of his body. Float it in, you nincompoop. Unless you're aiming for Simonovic. Webby's in! Oh, Well, not the best start to the season we could have hoped for. We're obviously just preparing ourselves for this European game, which we'd better win after everything we went through at the end of last season. If we end up finishing 17th and not even getting to play in Europe because we get knocked out in the qualifier, oh, I'll be cross. You'll never see me so cross. All right, shuffling everyone around a little bit, and we can now go back to the actual winning formula of this midfield. Perhaps we just had the balance of the midfield wrong, because that's how we had it balanced last season. Dropping Wellington. What will they think of next? We've got Weaver back as well. Does Fleming like to be a sweeper keeper? He does. Good, because we like to have a sweeper keeper. Right, fingers crossed we score like 15 goals here, and all will be right in the world. Right, come on, goal here. Find Kadrich or Larios. Doesn't matter who you find. Pablo Larios, who actually got our first ever goal in the Premier League as well. So he's got both records. First ever goal in the Premier League. First ever goal in Europe. Good old Pablo Larios. Love him. Although actually I'm not streaming tomorrow because we've got all sorts of appointments tomorrow. Today is another day of appointments, meetings, and appointments. We've got Anna going back and forth to hospital at the moment because of her back problem. We've got all sorts of stuff going on with Andy because he's on the verge of leaving school and transitioning into next stuff. Yeah, we've got lots going on. I kind of cram them all into one day. So tomorrow is just a day where we've got like 5 things back to back. I hope there's no traffic problems. It'll be fine. Like I always say, that LOLLUJO 2 is Chris's channel. I just provide the content for him to edit. Kadrich. So we are much better than this Polish team then. So for someone who can't drive at the moment because his knees hurt, I'm doing some driving over the next couple of weeks. And then, oh, that's a lovely goal from Beefy. And then it's not long until TwitchCon, which is the next full weekend. So, yeah, there's lots on. Are you serious? We've got to do a playoff now. What? I thought this was the playoff. Path to league path. 4th qualifying round. What comes after this then? There is no playoff. I don't understand. What am I registering players for? I don't really know what Trillion Trophy is. Birmingham's Wikipedia page doesn't really seem to help. Oh, Beefy just scored a football goal. You want it if you play COD and want to cheat. How does a VPN help you cheat at COD? I mean, I am completely ignorant of this. I don't play shooty games. I have no interest in them. But how does a VPN help you cheat at Call of Duty? We've just conceded an absolutely horrific goal, which luckily I didn't see because I was messing around trying to get the league table on the screen. We're going to have to watch the replay. I feel I'm getting Odin vibes from this goalkeeper. Wooster's going to be back in soon. Oh, dear. Can't start the season stuttering against teams that we need to be better than if we're going to avoid a relegation battle. And that's the danger of what's happening here. That's terrible defending. And once again, this keeper. Oh, my word. What is it with bringing new keepers into this squad? Look at him doing his little dance. Use your hands. Start playing a new save. If Kev rules, I'm enjoy it. My issue is how long it takes to scout players. Are there any tips on how to speed it up? Not really. You just have to take your time. You can't fast track the process in real life either. That's part of what makes it challenging. Like, oh, there you go. Lovely stuff. Flag was... Get your finger out of your ear. The flag stayed down. Oh, the referee's ruining my day. That smelt off onside to me. I almost said the wrong one. There you go. It was onside. Beautiful. So a wicked strike as well. Who was it? Who was that? Who's just hit that from there? Lundmark. There you go. Well, this is a slow start to the Premier League season. 1 point from our first 2. If that kind of opportunity will never come up again the rest of my life. I'll never again live somewhere where there's an ideal office suite touching distance away that I could buy for a steal. I'll never get that opportunity again, but the time was just wrong. And I'm very sad. Hey, football goal. Peterborough. Right, hold on. England squad. Theodros is actually in it. Do we not get... I thought we got an assistant manager tell me who to pick. This is going to be a disaster if I have to pick the squad myself every match. I thought there was a use recommended squad thing that always used to come up. Does that not exist anymore? This is the first time I've done international management on FM22. If we don't get the use recommended squad anymore, then I am not doing this. I am not going to learn who my good players are. Major talking point, the inclusion of Sir Omari Theodros. That's no major talking point. Europa Conference League. Who are the big teams? I mean, when Hibs are one of the top seeds, we know we're in for a fun time in this tournament. We're in the second seeds. We're the same seed as TNS. Wow, we're going to win this thing. Let's get all the top seeds out. There's nobody we're afraid of there, apart from Sporting, Betis, Stuttgart and Roma. Let's get Hibs. Oh, the young boys in TNS, that'd be a beautiful group to be in. So we're getting one of the teams we don't like the look of. We've got Roma. Of all the teams we could have got! We get Roma! We only have to finish second in the group, don't we? Bran, out of Game of Thrones, is in our group as well. And we don't even see who the last team is. Uta Arad. We should beat them. Right, come on. We need a win here. Newcastle are quite good as well, but we've not won a game yet in the Premier League this season. So we need to sort our lives out. Especially now we know we've got some difficult, or a couple of difficult European games ahead of us. We need to get some points on the board. We only need to avoid relegation this year. That's all we need to concern ourselves with. But we do need to get some points in order to avoid relegation. So that's the plan now. Points, please. What do points mean? Not getting sacked. Come on! Oh, Goo. What a goal from Goo. You just have all the extra central midfielders and it's beautiful. Come on, just needed to stand up. I need to drop some weight before TwitchCon. Only like 8 stone before TwitchCon in a month. I think it's doable. So I'm just drinking nothing. I'm eating nothing. That's not quite what I'm doing, but I'm not eating goo, that's for sure. We won't hear that word spoken. Might have to sell him. Like someone said yesterday, I really hope I've not re-torn the ACL in that one that I tore like 5 or 6 years ago. Just through overusing it for a month. I suspect I've done something to it. How? This goalkeeper, what are we going to do about him? Is Wooster coming back in? Because he just doesn't try to make saves. I'm driving, my left leg just sits there doing nothing. But my right knee is constantly up and down, messing around with pedals. So I've done a lot of driving. I drove for 5 hours on Friday and couldn't stand up straight afterwards. Couldn't get out of the car. I associate it with the episode of The Simpsons where, well, then you're too young then. Because that was obviously made after Bugs Bunny. What a finish from Larios. This is a football match right here. Wowzers. I'm not a tourist. I went to Buckingham Palace under duress. Pab forced that because of his love for flags. Albuquerque's a problem, isn't he? One day I'll live in London and then we do the daily vlog again and then you'll be sorry. All that work. Oh, football. Come on. What a match this is. Not watching Love Island then. I am not watching Love Island, no. I can't say it's terrible because I've never watched a single second of it. But I assume it's rubbish. It just sounds like it's Big Brother for naked teenagers. Is that about right? That's what I assume Love Island is. We're going to not win this game, aren't we? Which is a bit unacceptable. Oh, this keeper. This keeper. Imagine scoring 5 goals away from home and not winning. Fleming might be done. Get Odin back. I mean, Veraccia needs to have a word of himself there as well. He backed off that. But we're definitely going on first on match of the day. Everton will be furious. They've won 6-0 away from home. They're not first. Fulham winning 4-0. Makes the Fulham result not look so bad. Talk to Alling. Oh, I don't want to be England manager anymore. Just tell me who to replace him with. Pick replacement. Don't care. I'm going to resign. Oh, do I resign? Ah, I don't want to do this. I hate being England manager. Why did I think this was ever going to be a good idea? But what is he, a midfielder? Well, who's the best midfielder? Oh, I don't like it. Yeah, we'll manage one game, give Webb and Theodros England debuts, and then I'm resigning. I think there's 2 matches on this international break, and I'm not going to manage them both. It's just horrible. Who enjoys managing England? Or any international team? Nobody. You have to be some kind of sicko to enjoy it. Isn't happy at being stripped of the captaincy. He's happy to be vice-captain. Doesn't think Etienne Tipple is the right person to be captain. Feels the England manager squad contains too many inexperienced players. I mean, these lot are all buffoons. They know nothing. Is Tipple even playing? I made him England captain and forgot to play him. What the hell was this? Send assistant. Ugh, I almost became a pervert. Who thought when Theodros signed for Leamington all those years ago that he would end up playing for England? There you go, we're winning. This is easy. 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 I need to put a hat on. What hats have I got in here? England manager Kev wears hats. I just feel like he's that kind of guy. My Hawkeye hat on. Because I am a cool dude who wears flat peaked new era hats because I'm that cool. Come on, football! I don't need a hat. Give it to Theodros. Oh, there you go. Tamang scored a goal for me after all these years. He wins the World Cup. Does he become Sir Omari Theodros? Yes, he does. He'd be officially the greatest player ever to play in a Football Manager save. Boom, that's a good header. Oh, that was a good header. Oh, Tommy. Tom. I might just drop everybody who's grumpy and play the ones who buy into the project we've got going on here. Ed Webb for England. Easy. Easy peasy. I love that we've got 9 players carrying the team, and Webb and Theodros just are there. They're up front, but they're just there, really. Stupid Tommy Wooster. Theodros got injured, and it made me sad. There you go. And Arteta's going to go and become England manager, apparently. Leave West Ham in the lurch. Well, there you go. 100% winning record with England. Boom. Job done. And the really important thing that everyone needs to be fully aware of it out of all of this is Sir Omari Theodros played for England once. And that's all that really mattered. What a career. And then I think we'll put the reserves out in Europe because this situation in the league, it's not desperate yet, but it's worrisome because we've not played a good team yet. And we've also not won a game yet. There's going to come a time where we play several good teams and that's going to be problematic then. Right. Weaver starting his first Premier League game of the season, I think. So he's always a difference maker. We've got both of our proper fullbacks in now. Leafy's just letting the ball hit him a lot. Have we got a penalty here? We'll take a penalty. Come on, referee. That was a clear penalty. Didn't he score against Newcastle? What, Weaver? I don't think he did. Yes, football! Finally, we've won a football match. They just needed an inspirational England manager. Oh, our tough run of games starts here by the looks of it. Or after Spurs, obviously. Roma, Man City, Arsenal. Oh, look, we're in. We're in. Oh, what a finish from Merthyr. Oh, my goodness me. He hit that with his entire foot. We've beaten Spurs here, boys and girls. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, Larios, he loves Europe. He loves big games. He is very much a big game. He's big game Pablo. I might have to start referring to him as. Oh, what's gone on here? Kadric is surely offside. I kind of glanced away to look at the chat because I thought the highlight was over, and then something ridiculous has happened and we're 1-0 up. I need to see the replay of this one. So they've just given the ball to Merthyr, I think. Yep, just gave it to Merthyr. And the guy who gave it to Merthyr, I think, is the one playing Kadric onside. Kadric really needs to grow a pair and actually take the shot on, though. There we go. We've come to Roma and we've beaten them. Easy. This Europa League or Conference League, Lark. Easy. Easy peasy. European football. Easy peasy. Right, so Arsenal are down in 18th place, presumably about to sack the manager. Vincent Kompany. How topical. A topical manager for them. He only took over this year. Marmite flavour crisps are good. Worcester sauce crisps are good as well. I need to know what all dressed crisps are. What flavour is all dressed? It must have an actual flavour. I don't know what that means. They're not even made of potato. I'm very particular about savoury snacks being described as crisps. Scampi fries are not crisps. Quavers are not crisps. Watsits are not crisps. Monster Munch are not crisps. I had oat milk for the first time yesterday. Surprisingly not so. Yeah, I quite like oat milk. Of all the fake milks, oat milk is the best one. It's creamy. I like it in coffee. Don't like it so much on a bowl of cereal.